All right, number 23 from page 136. F of x equals x squared times x minus 2 to the fourth. What overall rule are you thinking about when you first see this problem? Chain rule. What else? There's multiple answers to that question. And product rule, because this is x squared times this thing. So product rule is maybe what I'm thinking first, because I've got f and g, and then chain rule in order to handle g. So f prime, that should be an easy one. That's 2x. G prime. So I'm not worried about the x squared. I'm just looking at g. So 4 times x minus 2 to the third times, what's the derivative of x minus 2? 1. So chain rule, but the answer was just 1, so that was an easy. The chain rule piece of this problem was easy, but we had to recognize that the product rule was also going on here. All right, so first times derivative of the second, almost did that wrong. First times derivative of the second, so x squared times 4 and x minus 2 cubed, plus the other way around, the second times the derivative of the first. And that's a perfectly acceptable free response answer. I'm glad you've asked this one, because there is one on the test that's sort of like this. That's multiple choice, so it forces you to do some algebra. So it kind of turns into more of an algebra problem than a calculus question, because we're done with calculus. Now let's see what we can factor out. I can definitely take out a 2 and an x minus 2 to the third. Now let's see what's left after we take all that out from each one. So the first term, it had a 4, I took 2, so that still leaves 2. Had an x squared, we took one of them, so there's one left. And I took all of his x minus 2's. Second term, I took the 2x, so that's gone. And I took 3 of the x minus 2's, so there's one left. So 2x, x minus 2 cubed, and 3x minus 2. And again, on the test, there is a question like that on the multiple choice section. And so if you get to the free response answer here, that's great, but it's really tricky on these type of problems. Like most of the time when you write your first answer, you start looking for your multiple choice answers, and you're good enough to figure out which one is right, because it's just the order is reversed, or they multiplied the 3 and the 2, not a big deal. But this one, you'd have to be really, really good to go from here to here just by looking at it. Like there's an algebra step that you got to take in there. So I'm glad you asked that question. This one is on, or there's something like it on the multiple choice test, part of the test.